Okay, so I'm going to tackle the decals, and this time I'm going to video it. So I did this side. It's a bit windy, so when we come around here the sound might not be so good. The door's open so you can't see very well. But I did the decals on that side, and now we're going this side and I'll video it. Now I've had a lot of contradicting advice from different people on the best way to put these on. Some people say to use washing up liquid in a spray bottle, like a small amount and some water, and spray that, spray the van, then put this on, and then squeegee out any of the bubbles. Other people say do not use water under any circumstances. Some people say use a heat gun to take out any bubbles. Some people say don't. Now when I did the last one, in batteries, sweetie. When I did the last one, I used a hairdryer to take out any of the bubbles, and it worked really well. So I'm just going to apply this direct and use a hairdryer if we need to. So the first section is on. Now there's a couple of different things that I learned from doing this last time. Number one, it actually does settle down, so it always looks worse when you first put it on, and so I will come back to the parts that I'm like that with. So that's number one. The other part that I learned, let me just move just in case the wind is not giving very good sound. The other thing that I learnt was that it's much better to cut down the decals to begin with. So I now cut them right the way across the line so that it's easier to match the bumper, and also part of that shape, which I didn't do last time. It is much easier, and it's also much easier to handle that amount of wrappings. So that's what I'm going to do now. tell you what, it feels so good to be doing something in the van. It feels like it's been so long, and because for us this is our new tiny home on wheels, anytime I'm not working on it, it feels like I'm delaying that process, which doesn't feel particularly great. So it's been really good today to be able to complete the mountains and the tree decals on that side of the van. And also we've had rain pretty much every day for about the last week, and in fact probably nearly 2 weeks. So it's really nice to have a day that's sunny, and actually it's quite nice and warm today as well, which always makes me happy. I have also had another thing that's arrived, which is very exciting. So this is the fuse box for the 12-volt system. And I've also got some of the fuses, which basically means I should be able to put this in place and also wire up the lights that we have at this side of the van into the fuse box, and have that all wired to the battery, so that as long as we've got enough battery charge, we should be able to do that. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I'm not quite sure where I'm at with the videoing either. But I showed you the light switch and the fact that we wired all of that one in as well. So my next thing really is it's working out some of the other logistics. So you can see that I mapped out obviously the kitchen all along here. This is all the cupboards that are going overhead. Where we've got this cladding to, this is going behind the kitchen cabinets. So that's why they're all screwed in, because you're not going to see them anyway, but I have got these. So these are cladding clips, and that basically means that these sit inside of the cladding, so you don't need to use any nails or screws that will then be visible, giving you a really nice clean look. So that's what we've got. I'm a little bit disappointed in B&Q, to be honest, because I ordered 2 and they only sent 1. No communication to say that they're only sending 1, and they also still charged me for 2. I got in contact with the customer services, who said that the store would give me a call, which they haven't, and that's been a few days now, so I need to chase that one up. So not too impressed with that customer service, to be honest, but we'll see if it can get rectified. I'll let you know. So have those, that's quite good. So this cladding here, is behind the kitchen cabinets, which means that where we've got this piece of wood that's where the worktop would be sat on top of. That just gives you an idea of height and where it's going to be positioned. Obviously a lot of kitchen worktops are really heavy, and weight saving is a constant at the forefront of our minds with this van build. I can't find the weight of the ones in IKEA. If anyone's used them before, please let me know if you would recommend them, and if they are fairly lightweight, please let me know in the comments below. I may have to take a trip there to go and suss that out for myself. If I think that they're still too heavy, then I may have to come up with a completely different solution. Not sure what that's going to be yet. Same for the actual building of the kitchen. Originally we wanted, or we were hoping that we might have been able to get some kitchen units from IKEA, but I just cannot get them to the size that we need. So I think we're going to have to build all of those out ourselves. The doors, I was already going to put in almost like a Hessian internal part to all the doors. Again, that's just for weight saving, that type of thing. So yeah, that one I need to do. I've also may have a slight change on the type of oven that we were going to get. The oven that we're getting is a gas one anyway, but I was looking originally at a Spinflow triplex, and that has 3 gas burners, an oven, and you can use the grill, but it's inside the oven. Where I've been looking at another one, can't think of the name right now, I'll drop it into the comments, but this one has a separate grill, separate oven, and I'm just thinking that maybe that might be better. Obviously we're going to be in this full time, so I need to make sure that, especially on the cooking facilities, that we've got what we need. We're not putting in a microwave, I don't think it's really needed, so the oven is everything to us, because we're also not getting a kettle, as in like an electric kettle. It will be one that goes onto the gas hob. So that's where I'm at, really. Not much more that I can report. Mark is still away. He's been away a week today. I think he left, well, technically a week tomorrow, but he left the home a week today. So he's still going to be away for another week. So a lot of the actual build part is just on hold until he gets back. And that's just where we're at, really. That's why it's a little bit frustrating right now. I feel like we were making really good progress, and now it just feels like it's all halt, which is quite hard. Obviously the girls are also back at school, but already, even though we're right at the beginning, I've already had Soraya off. She's off today. Alina has started having breathing issues again, so she's off. So just other things I'm contending with right now. That's all I've got to report, really. It's a little bit boring right now. I'll let you know how the progress goes and what we're concentrating on next and what we're going to do. Oh, there is one other thing I'm doing. I'm picking up a porta potty. Now, I don't know if I've spoken to, I think I've mentioned this before, that the toilet that we want to get is actually called a separate tiny. It's not a cheap toilet. It's quite expensive. So we have thought, well, what can we do as an interim? And I found a brand new porta potty on Facebook Marketplace, so I'm collecting that tomorrow, and that would just be an interim. Also means that at least we can still build out all the bathroom and everything, and then when we've got the finances in place, we'll swap that out for the separate tiny. And that also helps us because we're really hoping that we're putting in our notice into our landlord very soon. And then, of course, once we've done that, we've only really got 4 weeks to get everything done. So probably most of my focus is actually going to be on getting rid of the stuff in the house. That's a mammoth task in itself. So yeah, if you don't hear from me for a few days, that's where I am, just sorting out the house stuff. Really good to catch up with you guys anyway, and at least I feel good that we're doing a little bit more on the van. How are you getting on with your van conversions? I've connected with a number of people that have been doing some van conversions. I'm really excited for your journey, so let me know in the comments how you're getting on. If you've done yours and you're on your travels, how are you going? I've again connected to a number of families. I love hearing all about your experiences, and obviously we're going into a little bit more of the rainy season now for many places in and around obviously the UK and Europe. So if you have any tips on how you manage that, especially if you have children and pets, like we've got Rue as well, then please let me know. All right, catch you guys later. Take care. Bye.